Okay, good morning and very warm welcome to this workshop on advanced pedagogy. So this is for using active learning and digital tools for teaching mathematical concepts. So this is a theme that we have chosen, and in next say 25-30 minutes, I just want to give you an overview of what we intend to do in this workshop. So this is a workshop being organized under, there's a new center that has been started in IIT recently. So this is Parimal and Pramod Chaudhary Center for Learning and Teaching, and this program is being organized as a part of center activity and TechWhip Kite project. So TechWhip 3, of course all of you know what TechWhip 3 is. Kite is knowledge incubation under TechWhip. So all IITs, 10 IITs which are involved in mentoring TechWhip institutions. We have a project here which is called as Knowledge Incubation under TechWhip, and this series of 2 workshops is being organized as a part of TechWhip 3 Kite project. Okay, so this presentation, I'll give you an overview of what we intend to do in the next 5 days. It's quite different workshop than many of you probably were here earlier. Did you attend induction workshop in IIT Bombay? How many of you? All of you? No. So how many of you didn't attend? Go to some other IIT. Okay. So there is a good mix of, okay. So this is going to be quite different than what you have attended, at least here in IIT Bombay earlier. Earlier we talked about different aspects, different strategies for teaching and learning. We talked about how to carry out research. We took you to different labs of IIT Bombay. Basically wanted to introduce you to the ecosystem of IIT Bombay. We had an elaborate interaction with the students, different student bodies, including placement, mentorship program, and so on. So that was, introducing you to the ecosystem of IIT Bombay. Those of you who could not attend that, we have all the recordings, and we are in the process of putting everything in the YouTube. So maybe another 15-20 days, we have few things which are remaining, like getting Creative Commons licenses, but everything will be available through YouTube. Whatever lectures, whatever interactions that happened in the previous induction workshop, as well as senior faculty workshop which was conducted in last June. So those of you who didn't attend IIT Bombay workshop, all the material will be accessible through PPCCLT website, and also through Moodle, also through YouTube. So outline of my talk is very briefly in the beginning. I'll say a few words about our center, move on to talk about workshop objectives. What are the objectives that are being set by National Program Implementation Unit to IIT Bombay? What is the theme that we have chosen? We have chosen a particular theme to communicate, to do this exercise. And I'm going to talk about why we chose this particular theme. What is the reason? Then what is the program outline? We'll just go over that, what you're supposed to do. And finally, what is the takeaway? How do we end the workshop? So that is the outline of my presentation. Please feel free to interrupt me, because we want this workshop to be interactive. Okay, after some time it is going to be, we are going to flip the roles on the 3rd day and the 4th day, where you are supposed to present and we are going to listen. Okay, so be ready for that. Okay, so let me preempt you that you have to work, not just be passive listeners. It's a workshop on active learning. You have to actively demonstrate that you have learned something from this workshop. Okay, so that is very, very important. Okay, so this particular center that we have started in IIT Bombay is with a generous donation from our alumni, distinguished alumni, Mr. Pramod Chaudhary is Executive Chairman of Praj Industries in Pune. And he has given a large donation to start this center. Center objectives are to promote and support pedagogy for supporting innovation, evidence-based practices, and collaboration. So, what are evidence-based practices? What are research-based practices? There's a lot of research that is going on in the area of how to teach effectively. And all of you must have also experienced that the way students approach learning is changing completely because of the free access to internet and resources on the internet. So we need to respond, we need to change, we need to do something differently to make it more effective, teaching experience more effective. So how do we go about doing that? Okay, so our mission is to promote evidence-based effective teaching practices to address changing needs of science and technology education. So here, evidence-based, as in the word here, evidence-based, refers to research-based. There is a lot of research going on. We want to translate that research into practice. This research is on teaching and learning processes. Okay, we have a department here. We have an interdisciplinary program here, education technology, interdisciplinary program on education technology. And there are 5 faculty members. They have a PhD program. And they also have started an MTech program recently. The first batch will be taken this July. So this is a completely new initiative, and in some sense we are spearheading the research activity. There are only 2 such centers in India, one in IIT Kharagpur and other in IIT Bombay. So we are actually in some sense leading this new direction of research. And the center will be interacting very closely with education technology, interdisciplinary program on education technology, drawing from their expertise and putting it into practice. We would like to collaborate with faculty in discovering, implementing, and sharing research-based innovative learning practices. So this is a collaborative effort. Collaborate with. So one is getting interactions or interacting with the research faculty from education technology. The other is the faculty members at large in the institute. We have around 700 faculty members in IIT Bombay, and all of them, almost, I can vouch that all of them try and innovate in their own way when they teach. Okay, we would like to collect, we would like to bring them together on the same platform, share it within ourselves, those practices, and also make it available to engineering community, teaching community. And we also would like to work with students. So those who have weak backgrounds, those who have strong backgrounds, all kinds of students. We have different kinds of students who come to IIT Bombay, and we would like to help them in achieving their professional goals. Okay, so that's about our center. A center has a website. You can access our website. You can look at the announcements. A lot of things, lot of programs that we conduct internally are recorded and kept for viewing for all of you. And we are launching a YouTube channel so that it will be very easy to access. Because even though right now it is accessible on the internal server, if multiple people try to access the internal server, it becomes slow. So we'll be putting it online. So all the programs that we develop as a part of the center will be available to you in the near future. Near as in probably end of this month. what is it that NPIU wants us to do? NPIU wants us to hold a training workshop for promoting active learning and advanced pedagogy. Okay, they want us to demonstrate various advanced pedagogical tools and methodologies of active learning to young faculty. All of you are young faculty, which is great. We have met once when you began your career, and now this is meeting again, where the nice thing is that since you are beginning your career, okay, you are trying to learn new techniques of effective teaching, and this is the right time to pick up, new techniques. It's rather hard to expect somebody who is, spent 25, 30 years in teaching and say that, okay, now you start teaching in a different way. Now you start doing this active learning based thing. It is a little hard to do that, okay? But since you're all beginning new, it's easy to communicate to you ideas that are completely different. And then at the end of it, we would want you to have some confidence in using these ideas for your own teaching. So that's what. Now, so at the end of the workshop, what NPIU wants us to, or wants, what is the expected outcome as far as NPIU is concerned? So identify a suitable active learning instructorial strategy for a given topic. Okay. So as I said, we are going to have a project as a part of this workshop. Okay. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to select a topic of your choice, of the choice of the group. Okay. And then design a particular active learning instructional strategy for not the given topic, but chosen topic. We are not going to give you topic, you're not students, UG students, where we can give you topic. You choose a topic by mutually discussing among yourselves, and then, you can create a plan, instruction plan, and integrate active learning techniques into. So what NPIU has envisaged is that there is a follow-up workshop after 4 months in December. Yeah. In the follow-up workshop, the ideas that you decide to work on, you could take some time, 3-4 months in between, work on those ideas and come up with more concrete plans. So probably there's going to be a follow-up workshop for 2 days, sometime in December, for same participants in the same place. That's what it was the original plan. Let's hope that this works out. It will be really nice. Okay, so this is what NPIU wants us to do. Now, NPIU had also said that we could choose a topic, So they had mentioned a lot of topics. I don't know whether that document was circulated among you. Was any document circulated? So NPIU said that we could choose a topic like big data, nanotechnology, deep learning. So we decided that doing a specialized workshop on research topics, which are frontier areas of research, and then expecting you to, merging that with active learning, and then expecting you to come up with a teaching plan on something which is state of the art, looks a little difficult. We decided to pick up a theme, and also NPIU had given us a choice. They said that you could choose any theme you feel passionate about. Okay. So we decided to take that clue and said that we feel passionate about teaching mathematics. Okay. But is it just mathematics? No, it's about mathematical concepts. And why mathematical concepts? Because they are ubiquitous. Majority of courses, a lot of courses in engineering, science, have some mathematical concept or the other. See, in some courses it might be 100%, 80% mathematics, control systems, signals and systems, a lot of electrical circuits, circuit analysis. May have lots of mathematics, communication. Okay, there are courses where mathematics component might be 10%, 15%, 20%. But normally there is some mathematical concept. Okay, some, mathematics has to be taught. So the theme for the workshop is teaching mathematical concepts to engineering students. Okay. So how we go about doing this? Okay. Well, one thing also that we realized is that if we choose a specific thing, let's say if we choose deep learning, okay, neural networks, developing models using neural networks, some faculty members might be interested in that. Probably they are doing their PhD or guiding some research in that area. What about the rest? This particular, gathering is of 100 faculty members is from several disciplines. Mainly from 4 different disciplines: civil, electrical, mechanical, and computer science, and other science and engineering disciplines. So how do you choose a theme that cuts across, everyone can appreciate, everyone can relate? Okay. We have chosen this theme, and I know there are 3 faculty members here. Are they here? 3 English faculty? From 3 or 4 of you? Okay. Now, 4 of them are not going to be very happy with our theme. Well, this is the theme that we could come up with, which majority, 96%, there are 100 faculty here, so which will appeal to 96%. But having said that, I will come to what should we take away from them for them. Okay. Then why pick on mathematical concepts? Why not something else? The reason being that majority of the students find it very difficult to grasp mathematical concepts and then relate them to applications. Okay, we should actually be spending time doing special efforts in the area where there is a difficulty. Okay, if students find it very easy to remember, certain steps of making a chemical, or certain design procedure for designing a induction motor, if those procedural things are easy for them, okay, I don't have to really worry about going extra mile to teach them something different. But mathematical concepts are difficult. They find it difficult. That's a known problem. So that's a known problem in engineering. I hope you will acknowledge that most students are not able to, and this problem is not in, don't think this problem is there only in your colleges. It's not different in IIT Bombay. Okay, students are very good in getting grades in their first year courses. When it comes to engineering courses in 3rd year and 4th year, they are not able to relate something that was taught in the first year as a differential equation and some problem which is being discussed in the class about, say, modeling of this room. How will the temperature in this room change as a function of x and y? They can't relate it to a partial differential equation. They cannot. Okay, so the problem is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. Okay, it's not about getting grades. It's about applying those ideas to real problems. So how do we facilitate that? Okay, so what I want to emphasize here is that special methods are needed for introducing mathematical concept to students. So this particular workshop is based on the premise that using active learning approaches. What is active learning? We will have a lecture after this particular introductory lecture by Dr. Patwardhan will be presenting a lecture on what is active learning. So using active learning approaches will help teaching mathematical concepts better, is what is our premise. Now when we were given this topic, okay, to be very frank, we were also in a soup, We had to go and do soul searching that are we using active learning approaches? Yeah, are we doing this? What NPIU wants us to teach. So when all of us who wanted to share their thoughts with you got together, we realized that indeed we use a lot of active learning approaches, but what we need to communicate to you is the active learning approach. Okay, teaching mathematics or teaching mathematical concepts is a tool, is a medium that we are going to use. What we want to communicate to you is use of active learning. Okay? That is the main theme of this workshop. Teaching mathematics is a pretext that we are using to communicate. Okay. So we are going to demonstrate two examples how we blend active learning ideas with our teaching. Okay, so we are not going to give you theory of active learning, except in the beginning, Dr. Mrunal will talk about, in some sense, she's an expert in education technology. So she will talk about what is active learning. That is more of a somewhat theoretical aspect, and then all of us faculty members from different departments will demonstrate through examples what we do to incorporate active learning to teach mathematical concepts. So we are not going to teach you maths. This course is about, I want to emphasize this, that this course is about using active learning approach for teaching a concept. So all the English faculty, I urge them to concentrate on this part. Okay, don't worry too much if you don't understand the maths being taught. What is the active learning component? What is the activity-based or project-based learning component that is being communicated? That is more important. Okay. So what we are going to do is to demonstrate and reflect on how we blend active learning approaches. Okay. So what Dr. Mrunal will present and what we present, maybe there will be some mismatch. We are not theoretically perfect as far as active learning is concerned. We blend it the way we think it is. So we want to share in some sense our experiments. Okay. So this entire workshop is an experiment for all of us, including all the faculty. Professor Jugal Verma will be presenting after the second lecture, and then yesterday we were just sharing this, that well, it's difficult to talk about how we teach. It's easy to talk about go and teach a concept, but to tell you how we teach is more difficult than teaching a concept. So for us also it's an experiment, and I hope we jointly work on this. So this is only a medium, and then don't get bothered about too much about, we don't want to teach you maths, but we want to illustrate using mathematical concepts because they cut across many disciplines, how we blend active learning and maths teaching. Okay, so an advice to all of you. Now this as I said, this particular gathering consists of faculty members from 4 departments, and we have engineering and science and English, everyone represented here. Who are going to be the faculty? The faculty are going to be from multiple disciplines from IIT Bombay. So not necessarily from one particular department. Chemical, mechanical, electrical. There's right now nobody from civil, metallurgy, energy science, mathematics. So we have faculty from different departments who will be talking in this workshop. Now, so there is quite possible that some specific topic that is being introduced to you is not from your domain. Okay, like today afternoon, Professor Manaswita Bose will talk about heat exchangers. We think it's something which everybody can appreciate, but maybe computer science faculty will say, oh, this is not mine. So you shouldn't shut your mind saying that I'm not going to teach heat exchangers ever. We want to communicate the approach to teach. Okay, you might teach something else in computer science, and by the way, heat exchangers are used for cooling the chip inside the computer. Okay, so if you don't use it, you cannot work, you cannot make your computer work. Okay, so in reality, there is nothing like mechanical computer science. If you take a computer, it's it's so many things put together: mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, all kinds of things, electrical engineering. Chemical engineering goes in when you make PCBs. Okay, so okay, so our advice is that concentrate on the approach. Don't bother too much about the content if you do not follow it. We are of course so what is the program outline? So day 1 and day 2 are lectures by faculty members. We hope that you make them interactive, you talk to faculty, you ask questions. We'll have ample time to interact. There is no syllabus to be completed here. We just want to talk about the way we teach. You are welcome to interrupt and initiate discussion. That will create more, learning. That will create. Then we would like to introduce you to some of the tools that can be used for active learning. So one of them is virtual labs. So many of you are aware of virtual labs? Yeah? So virtual labs, we are going to have a very short talk on virtual labs. But now virtual labs project has gone in some sense Wikipedia way. So they want you to create virtual labs of your choice. So, and how that can be used as a tool for enhancing the learning experience. So that then MOOCs, we'll have a lecture on MOOCs and creating MOOCs. We'll also have a lecture on flipped classroom and the tool that is available in IIT Bombay for developing material for flipped classroom. There's a new tool called Bodhi Tree, developed in Computer Science Department of IIT Bombay. So you can use that, you'll get an intro to that. You can also put your course on that in future if you want. The third day, second half, okay, is preparation for project. So you are supposed to prepare project, pick up a topic as a group and work on a project. Fourth day, okay, so you get time from third day afternoon to fourth day morning till 11:30 to work on a project. You prepare a presentation as a group presentation, and then we will have evaluations of these group presentations on the fourth day. Okay, so there are 25 groups, and we'll have parallel sessions, and each group gets about half an hour. Okay, so there will be peer evaluation and evaluation as in feedback from faculty members from IIT Bombay. So it's in the 3 tracks we'll have discussions on this. So you are supposed to choose a topic. Okay. Prepare an active learning instruction plan, more detailed, not just, I'll do this, quite detailed. You could choose to teach, you could also decide to teach a particular topic that way. Okay. And the 5th day is again, we'll have some more of digital tools. FOSSEE, there's a project called FOSSEE, free and open source softwares, which is funded by MHRD, and we'll have some demonstrations and half a day kind of a workshop to introduce you to this free open source tools that are available and being promoted by this project in IIT Bombay. So the project is to be carried out in groups of 4 of the same discipline. There will be 2 faculty members. We have made groups such that 2 from one institute and 2 from other institute. Okay, so it's a mixed group. Okay. You have to work together, collaborate and work together on a project. We will give you groups after at 12:30 we'll announce those groups. We'll put them on the Moodle. And you have some freedom to rearrange among the friends, but some constraints will hold that we'll announce that time. Okay. So you're supposed to choose a topic, preferably a mathematical concept, because it is typically difficult to teach mathematical concepts. So how will you use? But in some cases, we might accept the other projects. Like, I'm not too sure, English faculty can collaborate and come up with a mathematical concept, but so we can accommodate those kind of, and there will be a peer evaluation. So taking forward is, so this, one question that you might ask is that, you're teaching all this active learning based thing, it requires a lot of efforts from both from faculty and student. Okay, so do you expect me to go back and teach my entire course like this? Yeah, it is not feasible. It's not feasible even for us when we do active learning based strategies. What is important is that, given time constraints, that we have to complete certain things in certain time, we cannot use active learning based strategies for teaching entire course. Okay, what we would recommend or what we even do in our own courses, is to take one concept, okay, or one or two concepts. So take one or two topics from entire course. When you go back, you can take one or two concepts from the entire course and then teach it using active learning approach. Okay, active learning approach is a way of learning some new ideas, and it will be great if you can introduce this way of thinking, way of learning to the students, because once they are they are aware of discovery based learning, they are introduced to that concept, hopefully they will be able to be much more self-reliant, self-confident. So that is the idea. So you could decide to make 4, 5, 6 lectures which are active learning based. Okay, in your entire set of lectures of 40, you might decide to make 5 lectures which are intensively active learning based. So that is what is the recommendation. And then over a period of time, as you gain experience, you can change the proportions and so on. Okay, so that is the takeaway. Workshop material is shared through Moodle. All of you are able to access Moodle. So it is on the, I hope everyone has a smartphone. Yeah, so if you have a smartphone, you can download Moodle app, which is free. Okay. Does everyone has network connection? No? Okay, so we will create and give you network connection in another 1 hour. We'll give you free network connection of IIT Bombay. We'll do that. So you can download the app, install it, and then you can get started, you can get going. We have sent you links. Yeah? You just have to click on those links and then get going with Moodle. We'll be uploading all our notes in Moodle, and we'll keep doing it even later. Suppose we find something. See, this is a Moodle server which has been set up through TechWhip funding, which is for students and faculty of all the TechWhip funded colleges which are in the quality circle of IIT Bombay. So I hope your familiarity with Moodle now will encourage you to host your courses on Moodle. Okay, we have entire infrastructure here, staff here to help you and your students to host your courses here. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, we have, you can teach in your college using the Moodle hosted here. There are already 60 courses running, 60 from Rajasthan and about 15, 60 courses. Students are able to, because it's a app, students can access through their app. You can upload, we have been holding, we have held some workshops there, and we intend to hold more workshops for faculty in Rajasthan there. So with this, I would like to hand over to Dr. Munal. Before that, I would like to invite Professor Vikram Gadre. He is coordinator of TechWhip Kite project at IIT Bombay, and I would request him to say a few words. If you have some questions, both of us can answer.
So very good morning to all of you and welcome. I think we have seen one another before, right? Many of you, we have met you before when you came for the induction workshops. How many of you came for the induction workshops here? Also quite a large number. So you already are familiar with this knowledge incubation under TechWhip, but I would like to still say a few words because there are some people who had not come for the induction workshop. Knowledge incubation under TechWhip is an initiative of the Ministry of Human Resource Development to essentially conduct certain central or nodal activities in the technical education quality improvement program, in the third phase of TechWhip, which should benefit first and foremost the 1.1 institutions. I mean, all of you, in fact, I think come from the 1.1 institutions. And indirectly also the 1.3 institutions, that is the so-called mentor institutions. But all of you are the, so essentially we would like to address first the requirements of the 1.1 institutions, that is the so-called mentee institutions. And as far as IIT Bombay goes, our mentee institutions are largely in Rajasthan. We have a twinning partner in Bihar, Nalanda College, and one in Odisha, PMEC, Brahmapur. Do we have some participants from Nalanda College here? No. And do we have some participants from PMEC, Brahmapur? Yes. Yeah, okay. So you see, the purpose of this knowledge incubation under TechWhip is to hold certain central activities here. Now, we've been doing that. In fact, some of you have also attended some of the central activities. How many of you have come here for activities other than the induction program? A few of you have come. Yes. So that's right. So we have done these activities with the explicit intent, and there in many of those activities we've also involved students. Unlike this one, where it is principally for faculty, but many of the other activities that we do are either only for faculty or open to faculty and students, where we actually immerse the faculty and students of your institute into the academic environment here. In future also we'll be having some such activities, and I'm taking this occasion to encourage you to participate wholeheartedly in the technical education, the knowledge incubation under TechWhip programs that we hold in future. I wouldn't like to take up too much of time now. We'll have other occasions to talk.